God morning. God morning.
Good morning. Bluetooth disconnect.
Closing our eyes. Enjoy a deep breath. God morning, Queen Vashti. God morning, Harmony. God morning, family. God morning, YouTube. God morning, Facebook. God morning, Clubhouse. God morning. Deep breath for our daily spiritual practice. Harmony, I think you have a hot mic. Okay, thank you. God morning. Take a deep breath. Release with an ah. Enjoy a deep breath. Release with an ah. Enjoy a deep breath. Expand the lungs. Release with an ah. Again, feel your lungs expanding. Deep breath, fill your lungs. When you think they're full, sip in a little more air. Release with an ah. Now on this next deep breath, press all the air out of the bottom of your belly. Keep exhaling until there's no more air in. We're removing the stale air from overnight. Deep breath in, fill your lungs. Release with an ah. Source, the one life in which we all live and move and breathe and have our existence, who is everywhere at all times. Thy will be done. Now relax your brow. Relax your scalp. Relax. Release tension in the face. Relax your face. Relax the jaw. Relax with a deep breath your neck and shoulders. Relax with a deep breath. Letting go of all tension, all stress out of the body temple. We no longer need it. The body temple is simply a conduit of remembrance for what is going on in the mind. It's an interface. Take care of your interface. Take care of your apparatus. Relax your arms. Relax your palms. Breathing deeply, relax your belly. Relax. Relax the hips and the groin. Relax. Relax the thighs. You're sending a mental signal to your body, your adrenals, your nerves, your cells, and you're giving them the command to simply relax. Relax your knees. teaching self to be in a state of relaxed awareness, calm alertness. Relax your shins. Relax your ankles. Relax your feet. And now, in this completely relaxed state, become aware of the two angels standing at your sides, one at your right and one at your left, just behind you. These are the guardian angels who have been assigned since your birth to guard you at all times. They have never left you. Now, telepathically, send appreciation to these beautiful guardian angels, your birth angels. Send appreciation. See them arrayed in glory and splendor. See their bright, shining light shining through you. See their hands placed on you, emanating healing power throughout your entire being. Become open and receptive to this angelic energy. See them kiss you on the cheek, one on one side, one on the other. You are profoundly loved. See them stroke your face. Feel the love emanating from divine realms. Feel the love. This is the unconditional love of Source. This is the only thing you need. Now deepen into the love right now of your beautiful angels. Feel the love emanating from these angels travel through your body and being. Feel this love travel to your adrenals so that they emit the appropriate hormones at the right time. Give love to your adrenals. Feel the love going through to your liver. Oh, thank you, liver. You do so much for us. Thank you, liver. It has been working tirelessly since before you were born. When you were still in your mother's womb, your liver was working. Give thanks to your liver. Feel your liver flooded with love. The love energy pouring into you from your angels. It is coming in a continuous stream that has never stopped. Now feel the love reaching your kidneys, energizing and activating your kidneys according to the divine perfect pattern. Your kidneys now function perfectly, as does your liver. Now pouring love to your heart. This incredible ticker that started when you were in your mother's womb at just a few weeks. Before your mom knew you were there, your heart was beating. Pour the love into your heart. Allow it. This is angelic divine love, healing your body, healing your mind, healing the emotional body, healing every aspect of you, perfecting every aspect of you, tuning you up, giving you an activation. Accept the love into your heart. Let it melt defenses. Let it melt the notion of a broken heart. Let this love melt grief and mourning. Let this love melt unworthiness and not good enough, undeservedness, See them all melting away in this love. Now allow this love to travel to your pancreas. See your pancreas energized, all lit up with divine love, happy. See this divine love pour into your belly and stomach. The stomach acids are perfect. Perfect composition according to the divine perfection and blueprint. See the love pour into the gallbladder if you still have one, and the appendix if you still have one. See the love. Coat and bathe these inner organs that work for you every day, tirelessly. See this love pour into your lungs. Lungs filled with divine love, coated with divine love, expanding each breath in divine love. Lungs fully assimilating this divine love, expanding perfectly with every deep breath. Lungs in perfect functioning order. Lungs happy. See your lungs smiling. See the air traveling through your lungs freely. Give awareness now to the love flowing through your intestines. Wow, they do so much work for us. The upper intestine, the lower intestine. See the intestines filled with divine love, emanating from these beautiful angels at your right and your left. You digest perfectly. Your food is perfectly assimilated. All waste is perfectly eliminated. There is only smooth way in your body temple. See the love pour into your digestional tract from your mouth to where it all empties out. The entire digestional tract filled with love. Digestion of your food happens perfectly, easily. All digestive issues gone. Anything that is not the perfect pattern of love, gone. Feel the buzz in your system. Send love to your ears. By your command, you're simply channeling the love energy that these angels are emanating to you at all times. Ears perfectly functioning, tuned up, hearing clearly. Now the love pours into the eyes. You see clearly. The eyes are instruments for source, to see, to expand itself in its own knowing and experience. See the eyes flooded with love, healing and clearing any issues in the eyes. See the nasal passages cleared, filled with love. Love now swirling through your entire head, eliminating any tightness, tension, headaches, anything that is unlike perfect love. Feel the perfect love infuse every organ in the body with absolute perfection. Feel, sense, know This perfect love now floods the joints, knees functioning perfectly. Tell your knees, functioning perfectly. Divine perfection appears as your knees and all joints. Divine perfection in the wrists and all joints. Divine perfection in the limbs and the feet. Divine perfection pervades your entire being. You are soaked in the love of the angels, emanating in you, through you, around you, at all times. Bask in this love. Bask in it. Now scan your body. Look for any pockets of density of energy and move it with divine love pouring on it. Move pockets of density. Clear it out of the body temple. Clear it. Clear it now by your intention. Lovingly, gently, insistently. You are an energy master. Clear the energy. Clear it. Scan your body, looking for any pockets of pain, discomfort, and clear it with divine love. Breathing deeply as you give attention to vibrating your body temple higher, attuning and calibrating your entire being to the frequency of unconditional love. See your skin glowing with unconditional love. See your hair growing in unconditional love, pure divine love, pure perfection. See your body returning to the state of divine perfection according to the perfect blueprint and plan, the divine plan that is always perfect. Breathe. See the spine filled with this unconditional love, straightening the spine, relieving all back issues. Divine love flooding the spine. Divine love flooding all muscles, tendons, and ligaments for perfect mobility, perfect flexibility. Divine love. Now, by your will, clear the emotional body. Let divine love flood through your emotional body. Clear the wounds, the hurts, the pains in the emotional body. Now you have a clear physical body. Clear the emotional body. Clear it of all betrayals. Let it all drain out. See divine love encircling you, penetrating every aspect of your emotional body, clearing all old wounds, hurts, fears, worries, doubts, inability to move forward, undeservedness, unworthiness, can't do it, overwhelm. Clear the emotional body, tightness, tenseness, stress. Clear the emotional body. Clear it now by your command and your intention. Clear with divine love. Clear yourself. Now clear your mind with divine love. Divine love flooding your head. Clear your mind of all old thoughts, all conditioned thoughts, all thoughts of lack, all thoughts of can't do it, all thoughts of overwhelm, all thoughts of why them and not me, all thoughts of comparison, all thoughts of guilt. Clear your mind. Free your mind, Neo. Clear your mind. Clear it. Now turn to the right and thank your birth angel to the right. See them kiss you on the forehead and bestow divine love upon you in every aspect of your life. Now turn to the left and give appreciation to your angel to the left. And as they kiss you on the forehead, feel the divine love penetrating you. Know that you have everything you need. You're complete. You don't need anything added to you. You are bringing forth what is in you. You are a complete being, nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing needing. A whole, complete being meets the world today. Ye are gods. When you are ready, drop your eye gaze down and slowly open your eyes as a new being, slowly, gently, loving yourself, kind to yourself. This is your daily spiritual practice. We connect with the divine first before we do anything else. Breathe deeply. Roll your shoulders back. Roll your shoulders back. And the third time, roll your shoulders back. See how good your body feels. See how good your emotional body feels. It's dancing, it's clean, it's pristine. Now, drop your chin to your chest and roll your head around to the right. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it around. Now roll your head around to the left. Roll it around. Neck nice and relaxed and stretched out. Get the kinks out. We are ready for our Course in Miracles lesson today, lesson 3. Say it with me. I do not understand anything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place. I do not understand anything I see a second time in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place. Apply this idea in the same way as the previous ones, without making distinctions of any kind. Whatever you see becomes a proper subject for applying the idea. Be sure that you do not question the suitability of anything for application of the idea. These are not exercises in judgment, so you're not supposed to pick one and pick something else over that one. Oh, let me pick that one and not that one. That's not how this works. Anything is suitable if you see it. You see a tarot deck? I do not understand. You see a napkin? I do not understand. Some of the things you see may have emotionally charged meaning for you. You see your pet, ooh, emotionally charged. You see your boo, ooh, emotionally charged. You can feel the emotional charge. Try to lay such feelings aside. It's okay. You still love them. Love is present without emotion. So that's not saying to get rid of the love. Move the emotional charge aside, like, ooh. You know how you feel sometimes when you see certain things and certain people? You feel a charge. Ooh. Just see the charge, ooh, and say, okay, let me lay that aside for a second. And merely use these things exactly as you would use anything else, as you would anything else. So don't try to discriminate. Don't try to judge. If you did not get lesson 1, go to lesson 1, then lesson 2, Then lesson 3, this is a 1-year curriculum. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. We'll say it again. This is our mantra for the whole year. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. This is a 1-year curriculum. We're in the together. It is a 365-day curriculum. If you did not get 1, go to 1, then 2, then 3, all the way to 365. The point of the exercises is to help you clear your mind of all past associations, clear your mind of all associations. I love that, I don't love that. I like that, I don't like that. My favorite thing is this. Oh, my favorite color is this. Clear your mind of all of it. It's crap, let it go. All of your persnickety little, I have all my little favorite things. Oh, I love that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I'm vegan. Oh yeah, I'm vegan, I don't eat any meat. And you're emotionally charged about it. Oh, lay that aside, because I made all that up in my head. Because guess what? A master could eat anything and still be a master. It would affect them not at all. Because nothing in the third dimension has any meaning. We already discovered that in day 2. Day 1 said it doesn't mean anything. Pig don't mean nothing. Kale don't mean nothing. If we did the exercises on day 1, we understand that. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. Pig doesn't mean anything. Kale doesn't mean anything. On day 2, we discover everything that I'm seeing, I've given it all the meaning. Pig, ooh, nasty. This is what's going on in my mind. I'm just telling you my own proclivities and prejudices that I'm seeking to rid myself of. Pig, ew, I don't touch that. Ooh, that's nasty. Well, you made that up because other people made it up too. Yet a pig exists in life and a pig exists for a reason. So why am I like, ew, beef, ew, I don't eat burgers. What? Oh, Valerie. Oh, really? Well, you gave it the ooh, ah. A cow is not naturally just ooh, ah. A cow is a cow. A burger is a burger. This is how we start realizing that our mind is filled with a bunch of junk and we swear by it. Oh, we swear by it. We fight people over it. We get into arguments on Facebook in the comments about it. Masters don't do that. You can let all that go. It doesn't mean anything. It's so humbling. All that shit I made up in my head, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, so day 1, we found out. Doesn't mean anything. Day 2, we found out what it means to you. You gave it that meaning. Wow, I'm that powerful. I gave everything in my world meaning. You see, we're meaning-making machines. But that means that. And they did this, so that means that. And she did that, that means that. That means I don't like you, but I like you. If you attack me, I don't like you, but I like you. You made all that up in your head. You made it all up, beloved. You made it all up. The beauty of it, Christ is here to save all of us from our own damn mind. You can clear your mind. The point of the exercises, if you're doing them appropriately, no strain, just look around. And whatever your eyes land on, simply practice the exercise. If you feel strain, relax yourself. Just go to the meditation again and relax yourself. Take a few deep breaths. Release with an ah. The sacred sound of relaxation and calm and peace. Many of the names of God have an ah in it. Olodumare, Buddha, Krishna. You see, this is teaching us to it's a sacred sound. Yeshua, it's a sacred sound. Use it. Dr. Pillai teaches, when I was in India with Dr. Pillai, Dr. Pillai taught us many meditations and chanting, and he taught us in the room as we chanted and meditated with him. He taught us that when you say there is a dimension of where the beings live. And if you say you really mean it. You say it a lot of times anyway without consciously connecting that this is a divine sound. And its sound is frequency, and it activates that if you use I, you can call on the aid of the I beings. Go to Dr. Pillai. I know this sounds very strange because they didn't teach you about the I beings when you were in school. They taught you things like Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But I want to ask you a question. What's working better for you? Knowing about Christopher Columbus and the lies they taught us about him, or knowing about the I beings? And guess what? You don't have to believe in it. Just do it. So you're simply clearing your mind. Please be so gentle with yourself as you do these exercises. And the point of the exercises is to help you clear your mind of all past associations, to see things exactly as they appear to you now. You see, we're looking at things with all these veils. You want to clear the veil, look at the thing exactly as it is now, and to realize how little you really understand about them. I don't really understand this person that broke my heart. Why? Because all my stuff is in the way, because all I can see is what I made up about them. They're mean, they're horrible, they did this to me, they cheated on me, blah, blah, blah. They lied to me, stabbed me in the back, betrayed me. Oh my God, that person's so horrible. Do you see how all that stuff is in the way? I can't even see what the person really is. If you move that aside for just a second, hey, if you like feeling all gunked up, hey, pick it back up after the exercise. Pick up all your gunk again if you want to. Nobody's telling you you have to get rid of your gunk. Keep it if you want to. I don't want to keep it. I have all that stuff gunked up, and so therefore I am not seeing anything as it really is. That's what the Course is telling me. I'm seeing my own stuff that I made up all the time, all the time, all the time. That's all I'm seeing. Well, if I breathe, beloved, your breath is your best friend. Oh, your breath is your BFF. It can save you from crazy. It can save you from saying strange things you wish you hadn't said. Just take a breath. We call it in the community PBG. Pause, breathe, go within. Pause, breathe, go within. Center. Center to the heart. So we're just going to move aside all the things, and we're going to look at things and realize that we don't really understand them at all. It is therefore essential that you keep a perfectly open mind, beloved. You must keep an open mind, unhampered by judgment. The reason we have all these things going on in our minds that affect our seeing, our perception, which, remember, the course is in two parts. The first part of the workbook for students is to clear all that stuff out of your mind. And the second part is to help us really see what's really going on. Unhampered by judgment in selecting the things to which the idea for the day is to be applied. For this purpose, one thing is like another, equally suitable and therefore equally useful. If you see a roach, I do not understand that roach, but oh, we got so much heat on roach. We see a baby, oh, how cute, I love babies. Set all that aside for a moment and simply be with the baby. You don't have to have an emotional charge about all the things you see. You can set aside the emotional charge, because sometimes it's just so automatic, we can't catch it. Set aside the emotional charge and simply be. Simply be with something without thinking about it, without having a mental commentary about it. The ego has an ongoing mental commentary. Have you noticed? About everything and everyone. Oh, I don't like that, or I like that, or why is she weird that? Well, what did he say? What did they say? Well, what's on Facebook? Well, how did you check the email? There's a continuous stream of nothingness, nonsense going on in the mind. Have you watched it? Oh man, sit back and get some popcorn and watch that. It's entertaining. Anyway, what's dancing through my mind, it's very entertaining. I don't have to engage it, or I can just say silence. Or as the word I commanded to myself many years ago, after I read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, get that book, I said suspend. And my mind would go silent and clear. And at first I could only do it for 3 seconds, and then for 8, and then for 13. And then for 17, till I could go a whole 30 seconds and a whole minute and a whole few minutes without a thought at all. You don't have to have thoughts at all until you want to have one. Yet most people are under the grip and the mental slavery of a runaway freight train of continuous thoughts all the time. And when you fall into the bed at night, you are not going to bed because your body is tired, because your body will do whatever your mind tells it to do. Your body is a tail, it just follows the mind. You fall in bed, sleep at night because you're exhausted from having 80,000 thoughts that day. The average person has 60 to 80,000 thoughts every day. So all you want to do is simply not think. Let's open the floor. Let's go to Facebook, YouTube. Let's see what's going on with everyone. YouTube, Facebook. Can I ask your help? Smash up the likes. See, engagement tells the bots. Oh, people like this. People need to watch this. Come on. Tell the bots. We got to teach the bots. We have to tell them what to do. Smash, comment, share. That's how we get the engagement rocket and rolling. Yeah, yeah. Let's hear from you. Who wants to share on? Come on, Clubhouse. What y'all got to say? And I got Clubhouse loud today. Everyone's going to be able to hear everyone. Raise your hand on Clubhouse if you want to share. Harmony, Divine Lady Ninhursag. Let me ask Queen Hadassah. Can you come to the stage, Queen Hadassah? Zaire, can you come to the stage? Clovette, can you come to the stage? Look at Clovette! Clovette! I'm looking at all our family members on Clubhouse, and I'm having a super happy time. I'm having a super happy time seeing all y'all. Come on, talk to us about A Course in Miracles. What happened? Harmony's first?
Well, this is just showing me, like, every time we have a new lesson, it just shows me all of the judgments I make, all of the things that I do have, like, a strong charge on that have absolutely nothing to do with me. The most recent thing that I just felt so appalled by was one of my friends gave her, or I use that word loosely, gave her son a sweet 16 party on New Year's Eve filled with strippers. And I had such a charge on that.
Wait a minute.
I was like, he's only 16.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's 18 or 21.
He's 16 so, and he got a bunch of strippers.
You just think about how much emotion you put on things that have absolutely nothing to do with you.
Harmony, wait a minute. I got a quick question. I was muted on Clubhouse. Harmony, I got a quick question. Let me understand this scenario because I love these scenarios. People's lives are fascinating to me. So let me get this right straight. The mom got the 16-year-old on his birthday a limo full of strippers.
Threw a party and it had a lot of strippers. She rented out a whole hotel, like not like hotel room, like a ballroom.
Oh, a ballroom full of strippers.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like fun to me. What's the problem? I don't see a problem.
However, I had such an emotional charge on that.
Oh, okay. Let's examine the most emotional charge. The emotional charge was because
he was only 16. I thought that was something that you should say for like 18, 21. I thought 16 was like a baby. Like,
you know what I love about this, Harmony? The should was right in there. The judgment came right up. Should, yeah. Right? The should. I love that. Continue.
But now, like after this course in Miracles for today, I just laugh at how much I was so charged with something that was nothing. And I just went over the last 2 days of the year and all the things that I had charge on that I spent time concerning myself with that had absolutely nothing to do with me.
I love that. How many times do we get in somebody else's lane? That's their kid and their kid. I'm sure that dude, if he's 16, he's probably already been slinging that thing, okay? So I don't think he saw anything that he hadn't already seen.
True.
Right? And whether, we don't deal in morality in this community, right or wrong. We don't deal in right or wrong. We don't deal in good or bad. We don't deal in any of that because all that's made up. Morality is not the thing. The thing is energy. And the thing is not that you can, right? It's not that you can do anything you want anytime. We are talking about law and principle, character. And I tell you one thing. This is the best explanation I ever heard of morality versus character. And this was from T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes said, you need to know the difference between morality, right and wrong, good and bad, and character. He said, I know some prostitutes that I could leave a bag of money on a table in a hotel room and they wouldn't touch it. You see, that might not be morality, it's character. He said, and I know some pastors that I could not leave a bag of money on the table without them touching it. Oh, they got morality, but they don't have character. You see, these are extreme examples. So that's why we don't deal in morality. Morality is not going to get you there. Most Christians and most religions deal in morality, good and bad, right and wrong. You're going up or down, morality and duality. Without considering, God is not concerned with what you do. Morality, let's make this very clear, because we are masters. Morality is what you do. I did something wrong, I did something right. And here's how you can tell that that's not the main thing. Christ said, it doesn't matter if you sleep with a woman or not. You already committed adultery where? In your heart. That's character. God, source, supreme being, Holy One, Lord of hosts, is working on our character, molding and shaping us into greater beings at all times through the power of love. God is not judging you for something you do. You have a stripper? Okay, you have a stripper. And I'm going to tell you something. You can find someone that will sleep with 10, 12 people tonight. Now, according to morality, oh, that's bad. You can only sleep with someone, the rules. You can only sleep with someone that you're married to, and you can only do this or that or the other. Lots of rules. And let me ask you a question. There could be a person that sleeps with someone, and inside they're like, yeah, I sleep with them, and I'm about to get this, that, or the other. The character is off because you got ulterior motives. You have an agenda for doing something. Oh, but you may be doing a wonderful deed for someone. I'm going to give them some money. Oh, that's very moral. But I want something in return. That ain't character. That's the part God's looking at here. And that's the part God is massaging and correcting and up-leveling in us. And as this continues to up-level and correct, you will know what to do and not do. You won't need anybody's laws. You'll know within yourself what's right and what's not right for you. And what if you're a free sleeper, free person, and let's say you go to a club and you sleep with 5 people tonight? Oh, the morality people would say, oh, that's bad, don't do that. And what if every person you slept with, your pure intention was pure unconditional love and joy in the moment, and everyone had pure unconditional love and joy in the moment in all those sexual encounters? Those would be holy encounters. Get off the morality, good and right and wrong, good and bad. Get off that. It'll trip you up every time. All right, who's next? Divine Lady Ninhersad. How you loving? Who or if you're not next, Divine Lady Ninhersad, all good. Who's next?
Good morning, I'm here.
Come on, talk to us, Queen.
Yes, I'm in the car. I think I love the point that you just made about the morality and the character, because it will trip you up. And then you're judging yourself because, oh my God, I did this, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have did that. But you did it, or speaking for myself, I did it because I felt it in my heart like I wanted to do that. And it was unconditional love. So it's no need to beat myself up about it. And if I had like some preconceived, exchange, or yeah, I'm gonna do this, some preconceived agenda, then I know that's where the issue comes in. So I love that you just made that clear, because that was something I've actually been struggling with all weekend. Because something was proposed to me, and like you say, as you level up in your spiritual practice and your process of ascension, like you already know what's right and what's wrong. And I knew that I didn't want to do, but I've been struggling with it all weekend because I'm like, should I? But now I know absolutely I should not. So that helped me. That word was for me, you just gave. Because really, I've been going back and forth with this all weekend in my consciousness, like just kind of, battling back and forth. So I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for that word.
Look at that, Queen Vashti. You know what I love about us getting together in the mornings? And we've been doing it for years. We called it Boosting Your Bathrobe. We called it the Enlightenment Circle. We called it Wealthy Goddess. Whatever we call it. When we come together in the morning and really look at these things, magic starts happening. You start getting quick answers. You start getting quicker manifestations. Money starts flowing to you. The conduits are open. The channels are open. You get your realizations faster. I mean, when we're in something daily, your life happens. Thank you for that, Queen Vashti. And Queen Vashti, let's go a little further, because as you were speaking, something else came forward. Thank you, angels. What are you getting back when you do something? You're not getting back the thing you did. You're getting back the intention behind the thing you did. So two people. One is over here, sleeping with someone, and they're sleeping with someone to get something. Even if it's not a physical thing, you're sleeping with somebody to get gratification because you don't feel worthy. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh, I was there.
Yes. Okay, so you made that point.
Uh-oh.
I already made a decision months ago. And I knew I made the right decision, and I've been sticking to it, my decision, because I know I made the right decision. And, now I'm in a position, and the proposal was made to me, and it's like, I still know I made the right decision, but the pressure, the pressure, because there's really no temptation on my part. I already know.
Because deep in yourself, you know the answer. And you already said the answer.
Yes, I said the answer, and I made my decision, and I stuck to it. But, they have a persuasive way.
Wait a minute. Here comes the persuasion. Ooh, and I'm kind of weak. I might give to the persuasion. If you're really persuasive, you might get me to do it. Yeah, that's an integrity issue, right? That's an integrity issue.
Yes, and this isn't extreme. You kind of start, going over it in your head, like
rationalization. We start rationalizing. Yeah.
But even before this call this morning, because I do get up and out kind of early, I already made up my mind that I know for me, and I've been thinking this all weekend, my spiritual position will not allow me to do this. It's not going to allow it. So whatever the repercussions is from not doing it, so be it. Because I know God got me. So I was already there. So this was just like confirmation for me. Like, yeah, stick to your guns, boo. You got it. Just, I'm a, high priestess in the temple of my eye. And as you level up spiritually, like certain things are off limit for you. It's off limits at this point. It may have been something that you've done in the past, and you got away with it, or you thought you did, anyways. But yeah, at this point, my spiritual positioning will not allow me to do this thing, and I'm okay with that.
Preach, high priestess. My spiritual, where I stand spiritually, will not allow me to do that thing. Woo! Even though, look, my flesh might be like, dang. Oh, the flesh is kind of wobbly. Like, you know what? If I have one too many drinks, it might happen.
Yeah, one thing not hurt,
Yeah. Yet where I stand, I cannot go against my own inner knowing. I can't do it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
The body does not get the rule. So my body does not get to make this choice for me. And I'm not willing to compromise my positioning because, I mean, this might kind of set me back a little bit. And I might have to, go through some vigorous spiritual, something, some challenges.
I want to get up and jump and run all around the room just that you know that if I do this thing and go against my own soul and inner knowing, what am I going to do afterwards? I'm going to have to take some spiritual baths, get myself all together. For what?
Yes.
Right.
For what?
For what? When I knew.
It might not be that good.
Like, where's the good coming from this? Ain't no good coming from this.
My apologies for cutting up first thing this morning, but I had to get that out there because you were so on point when you just talked about the morality, and you even brought in the aspect of sexual pleasure. Like, so that was for me. That was for me. So yeah, no, I will not be doing this thing.
I love it, and to tell you the truth, I don't pick anything that I'm going to say. My mouth, I hand it over to Spirit. So now Spirit is going to start giving all of us answers to the things that we were asking from somebody's mouth that's going to be here talking, or some comment or something. You're going to get it. So we're surrendered to Spirit, and Spirit is talking to all of us at all times. And that little devil, an angel on the shoulder, that shit is real. Don't think that's something people made up. The little devil over here, do it. And I'll tell you one thing. I said this the other day. When I had a little devil on the shoulder, angel on the shoulder moment. Should I? And the angel was like, don't do it. The angel's all pure and lovely. Oh, no, don't do it. High vibration. Stay in your God self. No. Don't respond like kind how they're acting. Be kind. But they're being ratchet. You don't meet ratchet with ratchet. The devil, rip their ass. You see? And the devil showed them they can't get away with that. But. The devil on the shoulder, this metaphor, the devil is not completely wrong. The devil is using facts to make the case. That's why sometimes we go with the devil. And it's going to be instant gratification. And it's going to be the thing that we really want to do in that moment. Yet we know in our higher being, our higher nature, that is not an appropriate thing for me to do. That is not the thing that I'm feeling led to do. That is not the thing that is the best for me. It's like eating a candy bar versus eating some celery. Eating a pear rather than eating cheesecake. You already know which one is the one. The pear is high vibration. But I was just in Cheesecake Factory yesterday in Mexico City, and I was looking at all that cheesecake, and they were like, here go the devil on the shoulder. Get that one with the Oreo and the chocolate. Here go the angel. You have a pear. I have a pear and a tangerine over there and a kiwi. The angel telling me talk about some pear and kiwi and tangerine. And I'm over here drooling over the cheesecake. But I want the cheesecake. The devil didn't win. I'm like, I don't need that. And I'm not supposed to be putting all that sugar in my body. And that's not the choice for me. And I'm not going to do it. And stand on what you know. And stand on what's in here. Because that, if you don't, that's an integrity issue. And that means that it's not right or wrong. You just need to shore up your spiritual foundation. Like Divine Lady Ninhersong did. Go ahead. Let me go back to the intention so that we can complete that loop. And I saw intention in the comments. Here's the deal with intention. You are getting back what your intention is. You're not getting back the thing you did. So let's say you slept with someone, 2 people, you and your girlfriend, both tonight sleep with somebody. Beautiful time. Have a wonderful time. We were on sex this morning because sex is something going on that is wonderful. This person had, as we said, an inner motive of gratification, even if it was unconscious. I need to be approved. I need you to think I'm sexy. I need something. You see, this is a taking. I need something from you. This person over here, maybe that was your friend, your girlfriend. You You go and you have pure unconditional love, and you're sharing the pure unconditional love, and you sleep with someone and you're in pure unconditional love, sharing, you're just giving pure unconditional love. Do you see that after the encounter, what is the karma that has been set up? Karma is not a punishment. Get that out of your mind. Karma is the natural results of what you do. Everything you do has natural result. You can't have an action without a reaction. That's even quantum physics. This person is going to get more of I need. That's what the universe is going to mirror to them because that's what they're doing. I need something from you. Taking. Then they're going to be mad that someone's going to come and take something out of their house. And they won't get the connection that you just took something. You were trying to take, you were being vampiric in your experience with this person as you were sleeping with them. You were trying to get something. So now you're going to, how can you not have the karma of something trying to get something from you? People don't see this. On the other hand, if you were there pure giving, you weren't seeking to get anything, even unconsciously, because this stuff is happening unconsciously below the surface. If you ask the person where they're trying to take something from the other person, they would tell you no. They're just having a good time. Unconsciously, because they haven't cleared the sediment in their basement and the dead bodies in their basement, unconsciously, oh, they were trying to get something. Do you love me? Am I sexy? Am I wanted? Am I valuable? That's you trying to get gratification from someone else. It's vampiric. You're sucking something. Therefore, that is the karma you're going to create. Things are going to be sucked from you because that was the intention. It wasn't in the act of sleeping with someone. Let's go to this person. This person is giving. What is the universe mirroring to them? Right, Shantae? How you love it, Shantae? Giving. The universe is mirroring to them love, unconditional love flowing. This person will experience someone coming to them and say, here, have a free coffee. They didn't know that that free coffee was the karma last night of them giving something. Then somebody will say, oh, I was finished using this jacket. You want it? Oh, it's exactly my size. Thank you. And the universe just gave them. And your whole life starts to become so magical. And you're thinking like, how do all the things that I always want pop up right at the perfect time for me? This is lovely. Why? Because you're operating and flowing in pure unconditional love. And you're giving. Therefore, the universe, the karma you are creating, the karmic pattern that you are setting in motion, not a punishment. Get punishment out of your mind. You set the whole thing up. It's beautiful. Dr. B, how you love it?
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear, Queen Hadassah. For our queer friends. Hey, queer friends. Welcome.
Wonderful. I love this lesson because it really helps me to unlearn all my past associations, or at least become aware of them, and teaches me to clear my mind of these past associations so I can open up for the possibility that the meaning that I made for something is not really it. So at that point, I really believe that I could create a space to understand more of what I'm seeing and not be locked into those past associations that I probably created out of fear and maintained it with fear. And for example, if I don't do X, then Y will happen. And those things are now being examined by this lesson here, that I really don't understand anything that I see. And so that opens up an area for me to examine those past associations and have a better, a clearer, a broader, a more expansive understanding of them, as opposed to what I automatically believe about something. So that's it. That's all I have. I'm complete.
I love that. So what I'm hearing you say, Queen Hadassah, is that you're going to examine what I made up, why I made it up, and do I still need it? And I'm going to get rid of it. Love it. Love it. Next up on Clubhouse, Lake Princess. How you loving, Lake Princess? Good to see you. She was at the retreat with us in Miami. How you loving?
Yes, I'm doing great.
Blessed New Year. And everybody, it's Money Monday, and today is Bitcoin's birthday. Today, Bitcoin is 13. The Genesis block was mined today 13 years ago. The first Bitcoin block was mined 13 years ago. So happy Money Monday and happy Bitcoin birthday. Go, Lake Princess.
All right. So what I was looking at the notes, I finally caught up from the first 2 days. For lesson 3, the last sentence it mentioned, lay such feelings aside and merely use these things exactly as you would anything else, is going to be tricky for me, because I'm thinking, is this really a course on miracles or just a course on nihilism? That's kind of what I'm getting at right now.
Good question. That's a good one. Say more about that, Lake Princess.
Yeah, because you know how we were, like, the more scientists know, like Neil deGrasse Tyson had mentioned, like, the more they learn, the less they know. And when we were talking about nothing matters in the first 2 lessons, and that we have applied meaning to all these things, it reminded me of a spiritual YouTuber who went through an ego death, and he just started blasting everything, saying, none of this really matters, guys. None of this matters. So it's making me think, well, is the more that we search in our spiritual journey, the less we realize that these things are just, everything is created by man-made in a sense. That's kind of what I'm looking at in the first 3 days so far.
I love this, Lake Princess. And Lake Princess, I have to give it to you. You are doing your work because I hear the growth in your voice and in your question and where you're going in your consciousness with what you're integrating. Congratulations. That is beautiful. Nihilism. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes, and then when you mentioned the morality versus character and how we always try to get something out of sex, in the primal sense, like, mating is basically an exchange. When you think about it, like, animals, gratification is getting an offspring, but for us, we've complicated it for, like, a relationship or pleasure. And it's something that kind of connects to my root chakra work I've been doing, because the root chakra and the solar plexus go hand in hand with sexuality in a sense, even though the root is just safety and the sacral is sexuality. If your root is in balance, your sexuality also gets affected. So it's me looking at how my relationship with intimacy, my relationship with safety in a sense and looking at this course that I intend to complete start to finish is making me think, well, has everything I've grown up with from childhood, just everything has just been exaggerated or amplified to a sense where I've just been repeating cycles that I'm trying to break in this root chakra work?
You're asking profound questions. You're asking existential questions. And when you start asking these kind of questions, you know you are about to go somewhere, you're about to ascend. So let's take on this beautiful word, nihilism. Because nihilism is, and a lot of us go through that stage. I actually went through a nihilism stage. And what is nihilism? Nothing means anything. It's all pointless. It's all useless. It's all worthless. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing. And a lot of times nihilism will take you into depression because you don't have any hope. You don't have anything to look for. Nothing has any meaning. Nothing is lighting up your soul. It's just all a no. And it's just all black and empty and void. And what am I even in this life for? And you could just leave this life if you want to. This is different. What the Course is saying and what the aim of the Course is to understand one simple thing, that nothing real exists and nothing unreal exists, and nothing that is real can in any way be destroyed. So what the Course, which means we find the peace of God when we understand what is real and what is not real. So while nihilism is none of it matters, it's all, get rid of all of it. What we are seeking to do in the course is get rid of what is unreal so that we can tap into what is real. Love is real. This I know. Peace is real. The peace of God is real. Oneness is real. You see, everything, that is real is lasting. It will never go away. So this saves us from being, hey family, hey Mark, hey Soul Whisperer, hey Journey, hey Her Namaste Life, hey Shantae, all our beautiful beings, all our love tubers, all our Facebookers, love you, family. So that's how nihilism is different from what we do in A Course in Miracles. Because what A Course in Miracles is asking us to lay aside is not, help me, Holy Spirit, it's not asking us to lay aside that which is real. It is asking us to lay aside that which is unreal. Ooh, thank you, Holy Spirit. Like you can't do better than the Holy Spirit. So if you don't know how to say something, just ask. Spirit, and whatever you call it, Holy Spirit, God, Jehovah, Jesus, help me. What is it? And it'll just say it. That's it. It's not asking you to get rid of everything. It's asking you to get rid of the shit that ain't real. So you can be in the realness of love, the realness of joy, and the realness of bliss and beauty and all that you are created to be. The divine being you're created to be. That's it. Yes. How does that feel, like Princess? And I think probably when you get to about lesson 40, lesson 50, it starts to kick in a little bit better because we just started with one. And I applaud you and celebrate you and appreciate that you went to 1, 2, and 3. You're doing the work.
Yeah, so for me, that makes more sense because I had read about the concept of universal truths. I haven't delved into it, but when you say the certain fundamental things that are real, because when you mention real, it's kind of like is the third dimension real? Is the physical realm real? Or like the conversation we had before about the simulation, possibly. So is it possible that only our soul is real? But I am complete.
Beautiful. Yes, you're absolutely right. All the things in the third dimension are not real. And we can tell that they're not real because they keep changing. Anything that is real does not change. I am God, the Lord. I do not change. Love does not change. Love is the same today, yesterday, tomorrow, and will always be. Now, everything that appears in the third dimension, the house, it changes. It starts falling apart. Law of entropy, second law of thermodynamics, things fall apart. That's the third dimension. They're not talking about the fourth, fifth, beyond dimensions, the multiple dimensions that you operate on as a multidimensional being. And we all know love is real. And we all know that the form love takes, and I'm going to say something very, 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 I'm going to reveal something that I have not talked about at all. In 2020, 2021, we're now in 2022. You may remember that my middle child, my daughter Gaia, was pregnant. She had the baby in June. And in 3 weeks and 3 days, he passed and went to heaven and became, well, he was this great soul. There's a lot to say about that, but he was this great soul. And I talked to him when he was here and what he told me. So he's probably here right now. What I know about that is that his form passed. He didn't. He's here right now. The form is not real. Now, here's how you can tell the form is not real. Look what my daughter told me, because this was devastating. I mean, an infant passing is devastating. If you've never experienced an infant or a child passing, and for all our family members that have told me you've lost a child, I've heard that from a lot of our family members. You've lost a child, you've lost a baby. I've lost a baby. I dropped a baby into the toilet when I was about 5 or 6 months pregnant. I was devastated. I hadn't even seen the baby yet. I was devastated. This baby was full blown. This baby had 2 operations while he was alive. And this baby passed on at 3 weeks and 3 days. And guess what his name was? His name was, in this life, in this form, his name was Eros, Eiros, Divine. His middle name was Divine, Eros Divine. And so he's the fourth child of my beautiful daughter. He lives in spirit realms. The other three children live in physical realms. Let me show you how unreal what we're looking at. Now you look at a baby, and oh my God, we would look at him so cute. He was perfect. He was perfect. Perfect fingers, perfect everything. He had issues going on inside in the internal organs. Well, when he passed, of course, they did all the things that they do. Would you like, this? Would you like that with the baby? And what would you like to do? And she decided that she was going to have a viewing for him that was going to be private, and that she was going to, that they could take care of the body and things like that and honor him in that way. This is what happened the day she went to see the body. This will blow your mind. This shows you that this shit ain't real on the third dimension. Please don't get attached to any form on the third dimension. And I knew as I was in this thing, I was like, this is a deep lesson in non-attachment to the physical. I knew what it was in my being. Because we're so attached, especially to our kids. They have emotional charge, intense emotional meaning. We love our kids. We're protecting our kids. We're holding our kids, our kids, our kids, our kids. Here's what happened. They did what they did to the body. She goes to the funeral home. She came from the funeral home. She said, Mom. I was like, are you okay? Because that's all I was concerned about through this whole experience. Are you okay? She said, Mom, I don't know who that was in the funeral home, but that was not Eros. I was like, what? She said it wasn't him. She sounded she wasn't all broken up like, it was hard. She wasn't like that. Now, we did have periods of that, all broken up, and you're supposed to be all broken up, all devastated, let it out, roll on the floor, cry, shake it out, all that you need to do in your emotional body. I promise you, when she looked at the body, she said she almost gasped. She was like, that's not my child. That's not my baby. It clicked. That wasn't him. So clearly, how could he change so much from one day to the next day? How could it change so much? It was the same form. This form and this form. The change was so radical that it was unrecognizable. And if you think that any of us who are practicing our spiritual unfoldment are immune to the tragedies of the third dimension, I want to remind you that you and I and no one is off limits. Something today could happen to take one of your most beloved forms out of your life. They're changing form. And what the Course is telling us is, and after years of being in the Course, I knew what I was looking at wasn't a real being, because I had already talked to his soul. And I saw this little tiny baby in the bassinet. And I already talked to his soul. I was standing in the bathroom and I talked to his soul, and his soul was so tall. His soul was like 50 feet high. And I was like, when I looked at his soul came and visited me and talked to me. I was like, I almost was speechless. I'm telling you, his soul came and stood right next to me. And I said, the first instinct I said was, why did you come into this frail body? I'm looking at this soul like, why did you come into this frail body? Guess what he said? I have many lessons to teach. When he said that, I was like, I said, no more. I was like, this is a fucking old soul that came visit us. I got nothing to say. And all I did was be in my lesson and learning. I have many lessons to teach. And you know the biggest first lesson he taught me? Non-attachment to physical forms. Is your connection to the third dimension stronger than your connection to divine realms, where the souls are, the angels are, all your ancestors are, everyone's still alive in dimensions beyond the third dimension? Are you so hooked into the third dimension that if a form changes out of the third dimension, it goes into higher dimensions, you're all broke up and you can't even function in your life. I'm not saying there's something wrong with grief. When my mother passed, I was grieving. I'm not saying there's something wrong with if you lose a baby or a child, crying and pouring out your heart and balling up in the bed. Do it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with all that. Do it. I've done it. Let all of it just pour out of you. Let your heart break open and the nectar come out, as Rumi says. And one day, you're going to get up and you're going to keep going and you're going to connect with these beings in dimensions beyond the third dimension. And you're going to know that nothing ever dies. Nothing ever dies. It just morphs and goes somewhere else. You can't destroy energy. And then it won't just be a nice spiritual idea in your head. Spirituality is going to make you walk that shit out. Oh, Kaisi, you don't believe, you know that nothing ever dies? Well, let's see about this. See, you'll see what you're really working with when you have a lesson. You will see what you really work. Oh, it's nice to talk about it on YouTube. Oh, lovely. And guess what? While I was in that experience, I still showed up to YouTube to honor my commitment. I was teaching on Bitcoin, and it's Bitcoin's birthday today. I was teaching on Bitcoin, and I was in Miami. And no one knew that every day I was in the intensive care unit holding a dying baby. I'll show you his picture. Of his form, of what it looked like in the physical. I'll show you his form. I'll show you. There's his form right there. Here's his form. Do you see me, my son, my daughter, and him in the intensive care? There he is right there. Now that's the form. Where is he now? This soul is older than me. Okay? Don't get too caught up in the form. I've been to many funerals. I've even conducted funerals as a minister, said the eulogy, and the person, supposedly the dead person, was standing right on stage. I'm like, you just gonna stand on stage or looking at everybody? The dead person standing on stage looking at everyone. Oh, who's here? That's what I would fucking be doing at my funeral. But standing right on stage looking at everybody. Ooh, oh, look at them. Yeah. Come on, Queen Vashti.
Okay. I'm sorry, background noise. I'll fix it. Yes, I just wanted to speak to that because when you are given the opportunity to see that life does not end, it kind of puts you in a way. When my mother was passing, once we took her off the machine, and I think I've told this story before, my father was there to greet her, who passed on before her. So he telepathically communicated with me that don't worry that he had her. And in that instant, I knew that nothing died, no person, no soul dies, like no person dies. And I always wonder, okay, why was this revealed to me and not to, my sisters who are also in the room? Why was it me that was able to witness this and experience this? Although I did relay the message to them, but I wondered, and I'm grateful for it because it kind of helped when someone does pass on that, I know that they're just on the other side. Like they're not gone. They're just on the other side. So yes, spirit does, once you are aware of certain things, okay, now the challenges, now the experiences are going to start happening to where it's a different set of experiences. But yes, that's when the work begins, because I was nowhere near in my spirituality where I am now. And it did help. I'm not saying it didn't help. It helped me a great deal. But you know, the experiences, it takes you further in. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I like that you made that point. That once you have this knowing that, okay, the stakes go up.
Ooh. Ooh. You said a word there, because you're responsible for what you know. You're not responsible for what you don't know. But I cannot come to you every day on YouTube. I cannot write books on spirituality and act like I don't know. I can't do it. I don't get to do it. I can't act like I don't know everybody's still alive. This whole room is so full of spirits, it's not even funny. I can't act like I don't get to do that anymore. Comments on YouTube. Ooh, God, these chills in my back. The word is moving. Ain't it though? Flamingo Hurricane. This lesson has floored me today. So Journey Divine, that's your comment. Flamingo Hurricane. This lesson has floored me today. Absolute chills. I needed to hear this today. Very grateful for this. You know, we all need it. It's reminders of the truth. And that's why we're in spiritual community. Because spiritual community will remind you of the truth. I am firmly planted in spiritual community. I got so many powerhouse, multi-dimensional beings around me. It's not even funny. Else I would have probably offed myself a long time ago, like I almost did when I was in the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses. I almost offed myself. You better get yourself in some good, solid spiritual community and stay there and be planted like a tree by the waters, as Psalm 1:1 says. Who's next? Clovette? Come on, Clovette. I know you coming with the fire, as always.
Hey, supreme blessings, everyone.
It's so good to hear your voice again, Clovette. How you love it?
Yes. I was like, oh, snap. Thank you so much. My star sister tagged me, and thank you so much for that love. Yes. I had saw last night because I was like, is it the first or the first Monday? And I was like, oh, snap, let me catch up.
Come on, Clovette. You know how we do. We started on January 1 and we're going through 365 days. Let's do this. This the biggest thing we ever did. Let's do it.
I know, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh. So all three lessons really challenged, like for me, I'm gonna speak for me, really challenged my it really challenged my thinking around like what I'm seeing, right? So like yesterday, it was like I have given everything I see in this room all the meaning that it has for me, right? And I'm in the process of moving, and so naturally I'm looking at what do I want to take, what do I want to sell, what do I want to give away. And as I'm going through that process, I'm noticing that different things have different meanings for me. And I had to really boil my choices down to what I chose to boil my choices down to what makes sense for me to take. What do I love about what I'm going to choose to take? Is it going to be effective and efficient for me to take it? Will I actually use it? You know, because I have things in here, and I've pared down a lot, but there's still some things in here where I'm like, you know, I haven't touched this in 6 months. Right? So it's like removing the meaning that I give to things, right? And identifying them from a place of purpose versus just some good feeling. And then of course today, like I do not understand anything that I'm seeing in this room. So you know, there is a part of me that really gets that even with whatever meanings I put on something, like I buy flowers for myself every week, and even all the meanings that these flowers have for me, because my dad used to buy me and my mom flowers every week, and he ascended some years ago. So I keep the tradition going, and every time I look at him, it always just gives me like that connection, right, to him. Even with that meaning, they really don't mean that. They mean so much more than any meaning that I could attach to it. So I love today's message, really all 3 days message, because it's making me really challenge the meanings that I give to things, and looking at absence of what my meaning or any meaning that I'm giving it, what is the true beauty of that thing? I'm complete.
That is beautiful, Colobette, because we cannot understand the thing if we're looking at the thing and we're clouded with judgments about the thing. We truly can't understand it, right?
Yeah. You know what's so great about what you just said? I'm gonna say I very rarely, like just moving throughout my day, assess a judgment that I feel like feels good to me.
Say that again so I make sure I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So like as I'm going throughout my day, like using these flowers for instance, right? Every time I order these flowers, it feels good to me. Even when I call to order the flowers, the lady be like, "Who are they for?" And I'd be like, "Me." And she'd be like, "Well, do you want to put a card on it?" I'm like, "Just put #self-love." And she's like, "Oh, that's great." Right? But I don't assess it. Like I don't really identify the judgment because it's a good judgment. Like for me, everything about it is a good feeling thing. So I don't spend a lot of time in the world of that. But if it was something that I felt like, didn't feel so good, I probably would have a whole bunch of judgments about it. Did that translate?
I love it. I get it. We're talking now law of polarity, because some things we love so much and some things, we have judgments on. So we may not examine the things that we love so much because there's no judgment on it. Still, there's an emotional charge on it. I love it so much.
Yes.
Yeah. Masters don't have any of that. Masters aren't attached to anything in the third dimension. Here's my favorite story of masters not being attached to anything in the third dimension. Y'all might have heard me tell this story before. So there was a young lady in a village who was not married. She was single, and she lived at home with her parents. She was of age, like 20, 22, something like that. And she got pregnant. And the parents were all up in arms. "Oh my goodness, how did you get that?" When the baby started showing, of course, she was trying to hide the pregnancy. Eventually, she couldn't hide the pregnancy anymore. And she was too ashamed and too afraid to tell who her boyfriend was, who got her pregnant, because they knew that there would be extreme castigation of this young man if they found out that this young man was the father of the baby. And without marrying her and disgracing her and all that blah, blah, blah. That was the culture, right? Blah, blah, blah. Stealing her honor and all of that without marrying her. Well, she lied. She said the monk did it. The monk at the monastery, this is what she's telling the parents. Yes. And she's all crying and she's putting up a good show. The parents outraged. They go to the monastery. "We can't believe you. You're supposed to be a holy man. You're in here taking advantage of people." The monk is sitting there like, what the fuck are they talking about, right? We'll show you when this baby comes, you're taking care of this baby. Okay, the daughter has the baby. They take the baby. They give the baby to the monk. The whole town is mad at the monk, the whole village. They're banging on the monastery doors. "This is your baby. You take the baby. You're in here finagling around with people when you're supposed to be helping people." They show him the baby. The monk says, "Okay." Every day he plays with the baby. He meditates. He feeds the baby. He takes care of the baby. The mother of the baby keeps going by the monastery. She's looking in the window, seeing a little monk playing with the baby. Hey, the monk is the monk. A year goes by. She can't take it anymore. She's seeing her baby grow up. He's running around. He took his first little steps in the monastery. The monk is like, "Come here, come here, come here." And she's so upset. So she finally says to her boyfriend, who they've been still sneaking around, they finally say, "You know what? We got to come clean." So they go and they tell the mother and parents, "This is the boyfriend. he's really who got me pregnant. Oh my God, you lied. Yes, because I didn't know what else to do, and I knew the monk, you know, it would be okay. And well, oh my God, let's go get the baby. And they're so upset. And they rush back over to the monastery and they say to the monk, oh my God, we're so sorry. We should have never done that. Blah, blah, blah. Give us the baby. We'll take care of the baby. He said, okay. He gave him the baby. You see, it didn't matter what people said to the monk. He said the same thing the universe said. Okay. They came, they were mad at him. Okay. They gave him a baby. Okay. He took care of the baby. They want the baby back. Okay. You see, that's a master. A master is not whipped around by the things that are going on in the third dimension. If you're still whipped around by everything that's happening in the third dimension of unrealness, being in the matrix, keep working on your mastery. That's why we're here. Zaire, you're next. How you loving?
Good morning.
Good morning, Zaire. By the way, congratulations on all your incredible videos that you're doing. Everybody subscribe to Tania Butler's YouTube channel and get her book. All right, go Zaire. I see you. I'm subscribed to your channel. I'll be catching up on your videos. Your videos are good. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that you're going hard this year.
You can hear it. Can't you, Zaire? I'm like, I'm going in. By the time we finish this, we're going to all be gods. You can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for real. And I just woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for this. Like, I literally just felt like a sense of just like spiritual security, if that's the right word I'm using, like with this community and what you're doing. And so I'm just grateful to be along this journey, and I love everything that you were saying today. And like I'm pretty much almost convinced that we live in a simulation. Like I think I'm going towards that of just my experience and all of this weird deja vu and glitches and stuff that I'm experiencing. I'm like, all right, something is up with this reality of like nothing is real. And I remember even since we was talking about death, when I saw my mom at 11 years old when I went to the hospital to see her, and when I looked, like she still had like a slight warmth to her skin, but I was like, she's not here. Like I could just sense that, like as a child, I'm like, okay, something is up with this reality that I'm not fully aware of. But yes, I just love this, and I'm grateful to be along this journey with all of you. Like y'all, my peoples.
Zaire, how many years we've been doing this?
So since I was 19, for real.
And how old are you now?
33.
Come on now. Zaire is an OG. And I said I was going to stop calling people OG because OG is old gangster. I'm going to call y'all MG, master gangster. Zaire is an MG, okay?
Yes, I like that. Yes.
Zaire, guess who's on Facebook or YouTube? Merch Life Network. Juicy J.
Oh yes, me and Jay, we've been talking. Like he's doing his thing.
Juicy J is doing his thing.
He just did his first magazine that he has. He featured me in it.
Y'all better follow Merch Life Network. Merch Life J say you triple MG. Oh my God. Merch Life J. When I first met Juicy J, I was like, that's a dude that's going somewhere. That was my first intuitive hit about Juicy J. That's a person's. You know why? Because Juicy J was walking around in the hood in Philly with a tie on and a shirt, a business shirt.
Yes.
I was like, oh my. And he had this presence like billionaire presence. That was what was emanating from him, like success.
Yes, and very much confidence as well.
Before the success started breaking off, he was already walking around like that in the hood. I'm telling you, in Philly. I call it Philadelphia, but I don't like to talk about nobody's home because Philly is beautiful. Philly is lovely. A lot of my beautiful peeps come from Philly. My son comes from Philly. My daughter's husband, Juicy J is from Philly. We got mad love for Philly up in here. And I tell you, he was not looking like all the rest of the people around him. Okay. It's true, Juicy J. I would not say I don't flatter people. I say what I see. And I saw that. I was like, I might not have said it then. I was like, this person is going somewhere. And that's why sometimes I lean on the ones. Maybe downtown is beautiful. Philly is beautiful because of the people, right? Because of the people. And there's a lot of beautiful parts of Philly too, But one thing I can say is that I lean on the people in my life that I know are great, that I see their greatness. I'd be like, do you need to be doing that? Because, you're too great for it. You don't get to do that. Some people who are unpacking and unfolding their greatness, you don't get to walk around like everybody else does. You get to put on a suit and a shirt because that's what your self is telling you to do. Some people, you don't get to lay around and watch Netflix. They just shut Netflix off. The other day, I was watching Netflix on December 31st. I was watching Netflix. Haven't seen Netflix yet in this year. Why? I went to turn on Netflix last night and straight up was like, no. And there's nothing wrong with the TV and nothing wrong with the Wi-Fi. I'm like, okay. All right, I'm not supposed to be watching Netflix. Okay, thank you. You don't get to watch 2 hours of Netflix. You got a book to write. You got the podcast to put up. You got the new class of Christian witches that just came in. Hello. Thank you for that, Zaire. Angel, you're up next. How you loving?
Hey, loving. I'm so excited. I have been, I'm fairly new on my spiritual path. And this year, December 31st, I had told my kids, I was like, listen, Mommy got to get her shit together. And I just want to say thank you for what you're doing because I had no idea where I guess I was going to get knowledge from and just a path and a guidance for this year. So thank you for what you're doing. I didn't watch the first one. I have to go watch the replay, but I was on yesterday and you completely blown my mind. I guess this is my third year on my spiritual path. The first 2 years was all about everything. Oh my God, they lied. Everything wasn't real. And then I got introduced to you when I took a trip to Arizona. I was like, I'm going to Arizona. I don't know why the Spirit told me to go to Arizona. And I got introduced to you on YouTube. So now getting to be able to, for 365 days, get up and do this with you means so much to me and my spiritual growth. You have no idea. And for this morning, what really hit me was I am an overthinker. I overthink my thoughts, my overthinking. And when you said that the average human has 60 to 80,000 thoughts today, and that's why people be tired. I was like, oh my God, so that's why because I really have been tired. And sometimes I don't even do nothing. I have a lot of children. And so I'm tired for not nothing, but
how many kids do you have, Angel?
I have 7 and
you
1 grandbaby.
7 children. That's beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
And 1 G-baby.
Beautiful.
So I'm I have a busy life, but I don't need to be as tired as I am. And when you said that, it was ding, 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 ding. That's why you're tired. Stop freaking thinking so much because it's not that serious. It's really not. So I just wanted to say that and to say thank you so very much for this opportunity.
Oh my goodness. You are absolutely filling my heart with joy right now because family, this is my destiny. This is what I was born to do. If I don't do it, I will die. It says it in my Galactic Signature. It says the first line of my Galactic Signature said it. It doesn't say if you don't do this, you're going to die because you always have choice. It says, I endure in order to enchant. I endure. I keep going. I live. I go through things. I endure. Why? Is it pointless? No. In order to enchant, to tell the story, to speak, to chant, to speak. I'm a keeper of the word. I can't not do this. I be trying. I ain't doing that. I'm not. My people can tell you, I ain't doing all that. And then here I go. Come on, we're going to do it. I can't not do it.
We appreciate your faithfulness because you're definitely my spiritual midwife.
Oh my goodness. Tears. I have tears in my eyes now because it's so beautiful. When you just walk your path, your destiny, just do what you came here to do. That's it. That's it. It's not hard. It's not hard. Just do what you came here to do and get all the bliss and beauty and joy and just love everybody. It's so simple. It really is. Thank you for that, Angel. And many blessings to your 7 children and the grandbabies. Woo! That's beautiful. Latoy, you're up next. Oh.
How you doing? How you doing? I am loving these lessons.
Latoy, we're going to be on this Thursday. Latoy is in Ascension. If you're not in Ascension with us, Ascension is, I love Ascension. And what we're going to do this Thursday is going to be incredible. Latoy is with us in Ascension. If you're not in Ascension, go to ValerieLove.com. So Latoy is also a master herbalist, Chinese medicine. What do you call it, Latoy?
Doctor of Oriental Medicine.
Doctor of Oriental Medicine. Go, Latoy.
Okay, now these lessons have been blowing my mind and made me realize how emotionally attached I sometimes am to certain things, and how I'm the one assigning meaning to it, and therefore I can unassign it. So I don't have to be stuck. It's just opening my mind that this reality is as I choose. Like, I am the God of this universe, of my universe, and I decide what's important, what's not. So I'm definitely loving these lessons.
Latoy, I love what you said, that I decide and I can undo it. If I did it, I can undo it.
Exactly. I mean, we control the meaning behind everything. And it's really the emotional attachments, not necessarily, oh, this is a book and I love this book, but it's the, oh, I had this book when I was 5 and it's been with me and I don't want to lose it. I don't want to give it up. It's realizing how much emotional attachment, as opposed to, it's a good book. Let me give it to somebody else and let them enjoy this good book. So.
Can I say a word about this? At the retreat, yeah, good. At the retreat, the winter solstice ritual and retreat. The next retreat is next month in February, 222 of 222. You know we're doing a ritual celebration of 222. Be there. Miami, you ain't got no excuse. It's in the country. And if you're in Ascension or in the mystery school, it's half price. Be there. Well, go to ValerieLove.com, click on global events. So that's the next retreat next month. The retreat that we just had last month on the winter solstice, here was one of the themes. When you come to the retreats, themes emerge of the things that we are all to address in our lives for our ascension. Here was a theme that came up at that retreat. Stuff. Upper realms is telling us we have too much stuff. Now, stuff by itself is not a problem. The stuff is preventing us from doing the things that our soul wants to do. I'll give you an example. You can't go on a trip because you have a big house and you have a dog and you have a cat and you have birds and you have kids and you have a boo. So when it's time for you to go to Tanzania or Dubai with us in April, when we go to Dubai and stand at the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa, you ought to go to Dubai just so you can stand at the top of Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. Because what that would do for your consciousness is, I'm like, I'm freaking invincible. I'm standing at the top of the world. You can't go to Dubai because who's going to watch my stuff, my house? Who's going to water my plants? Who's going to mow my lawn? Who's going to take care of the dog? Who's going to feed the cat? Who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to feed my boo? Who's going to, do you see where this is going? You're not free because, as Henry David Thoreau said, you don't have your things have you. I'm going to say that again. You don't have your things have you. And the more things you have, the more you have to concern yourself with. That is not your soul. Your soul didn't come here to possess things. Have all the things you want. I love it. Big houses. I've had many big houses, cars, all of it. Have it all. And at the end of the day, please understand that the more stuff you have, the harder it will be for you to move in accord with your soul. This is how it works. You know, this whole thing that the Christians taught us about, you got to be a poor man and all that, that's not true. Because woke don't mean broke. As our incredible teacher, Billy Carson, says, woke don't mean broke. We're not talking about that. Because we can be very rich and very wealthy and not have a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, what do I love buying? Bitcoin. Today is Bitcoin's birthday. Today is Bitcoin's 13th birthday, the 13th birthday of the Genesis block. Buy some Bitcoin. You don't have to tote it all around. It's digital. You don't have to worry about your sofa and your couch. People buy stuff for their stuff. You buy a truck, then you have to buy mats for the truck. Then you have to buy something special to put in the little windshield wiper of the truck. Then you have to buy special lights for the truck. Then you have to buy special something for the truck. Do you see that this one thing has morphed into many things? And in our beautiful society, where they're always encouraging you to buy more stuff, which is lovely. You have a choice of all the things you could buy. If you're not conscious and aware of exactly what you want to buy, you would just be buying all these things like I used to do. Oh, just go to Marshall's and buy buy this and buy that. And oh, look at this pillow. It's beautiful. I'm going to find a place to put it in my house. I just want to have it. Now I walk through Marshall's because I'm a nomad and I'm seeking to have everything I own in a backpack on my back because they told me I'm going to be going in Nepal for 6 months. So can I carry a house on my back? Of course not. That's why I gave up my house. Some lovely being is living in my house right now. Everything is paid for. It's completely paid for. It's done in complete excellence and happiness and harmony. And I'm in Mexico City. I'm traveling the world. And I don't even know what country I'll be in next because I don't have the stuff. I got 2 storages. I scrunched it all down. Goodwill, giveaway, sold, offer up, give it away. Just releasing, divesting myself of stuff. That's what came up in the retreat. It came up in the retreat as a theme. And I promise you, when you come to the retreat with us in February in Miami, it's gorgeous where we're going to be. It's so gorgeous. You are going to love it. When you come with me to that retreat in Miami, where we're once again, integration of money and spirituality, because these two are not two different things. You need to be laced up. I just bought another NFT. Well, y'all saw me. I minted my first NFT. No, you need to be caked up, laced up, paid, so that you can do whatever you feel like doing. It's fun tickets on the third dimension. That's what these are. They're fun tickets. So you can go and do the things you want to do. When you want to do it, how you want to do it. You need to have the funds, the energy, the resources to do that. So you got to master that part of your life. Man, I've been working on mastering that part of my life for many years. It's still not mastered yet, but it's getting there. Trust me. This year, it'll be handled because I'm going up spiritually, and as all of you are as well. Thank you for that, Latoy. Let's go next to Althea. I couldn't see your name as I had my phone. I had to move my phone. Yeah, it's on you, Althea. How you loving?
Hi, loving well. Thank you, Kaisi. Hello to everyone. I'm Soul Whisperer in YouTube, Kaisi. And
your journey?
I feel like my...
Oh, no, you're Soul Whisperer. Oh, you're not Journey Divine. You're Soul Whisperer. Oh, beautiful. All right, Soul Whisperer. And thank you for being a member for so long. I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us on Clubhouse so we can hear your voice. Continue.
Well, I appreciate you very much and the gifts that you bring and help us reveal within ourselves. But what I realized today, this is because I came in touch with Course in Miracles in the 80s. And I bought that book at least 3 times. I have never been able to get past 1.5 lessons because immediately my mind went to work going, what do you mean this chair is not real? This chair, I'm sitting in it. It's got to be real. And this room, these people, you know, I really had some words for it. And then I tried again later, and I tried again later. And I realized today, here I am on lesson 3. I've never gotten to lesson 3, that this gift is helping to shift our perception. And I never got that. And it was something in this moment, in this day, and as I've been unhooking from, the indoctrination that we all get in this reality, or so-called reality, as I call it, as I've been unhooking, I've been, understanding about a shift in perception. But now I understand why, and now I see why. And it's through the gift of this beautiful Libran Christian witch, writer, giver of love on this planet, in this moment, that I have been able to reach this, I call it a peak perception, because you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And so I just want to say that. That's what I waited here to say, and to say thank you. And to all the beautiful beings who spoke before I got up here, wow, thank you. Everything that everyone said was a blessing and a gifting to me this day, and I give thanks. And that is all I need to say. Thank you, and everyone have a wonderful day.
Ashe. Ashe. Profound. Sister Althea, now I have, Journey Divine says, Sister Althea, now I have a beautiful face to your name. Ashe. It's a beautiful connection. We're here every morning, family. On the YouTube channel, we've done, wow, y'all gonna love the card for today. Oh my goodness. On this channel, on the YouTube channel, on the Valerie Love YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed and if you haven't shared the channel with someone, share the channel with someone who would be amazing in this community. One person, go find one person, say you need to subscribe to this channel so that we can share this word all over the world, and so that the people that are on this planet now that have been fear-mongered for 2 years, and that have been locked up in their houses, and that have been protesting on streets, it is now time for love to come in and lift the entire planet. That is the intention. We can inspire the world. We can inspire billions of people together. Invite them. Join them here. Give them the video. Give them the clubhouse. Get them here. Tell them, get your A Course in Miracles. Go to acim.org. Hop on here with me. And I got to tell you something, Althea. I had the same experience you had. When I first got the Course in Miracles, I went to the first lesson. I was like, what the fuck? No. I threw the thing. I was like, I don't think so. And it sat on the shelf. Guess how I got A Course in Miracles? No one told me to get A Course in Miracles. I was in Barnes & Noble, probably sometime in the 90s or 2000s, early 2000s. It had to have been like, I don't know, 15, 18 years ago. I don't even remember when it was. I was in Barnes & Noble. This was before YouTube, before all of that. I was in Barnes & Noble, and I would stay in that spirituality section. I saw this blue book wrapped in saran wrap. It was wrapped in plastic. I was like, what's that? And the voice said, get it. I picked it up, the thing. It said, A Course in Miracles. I was like, I like miracles. I bought it. Why did I buy that book? Didn't understand one word in that book. I was like, what is this book even? Why they told me to get this book? I don't know. I'm supposed to do something out of this book every day. Ain't no way that's happening. I put that book on the shelf. It stayed there for years, but I had it. And see, that's your spirit working on your character, up-leveling your consciousness, getting your consciousness to a place where you can accept these higher spiritual ideas. Not everyone can work with A Course in Miracles. It's like, it's bombing your mind. It's throwing truth bombs into your mind, like every day. Like some of the sentences are just, it's truth bomb after truth bomb. You're just like, pew, pew, pew. Everybody can't take that. So I applaud all of you that are here and that are making the commitment to your 365-day, I'm not looking left, I'm not looking right. If I don't do nothing, if I don't eat for the day, I'm going to do my Course in Miracles. 7 a.m. every day. Just do it. Be like Nike. Here's our card for the day. High Priestess. The High Priestess. Look at her. So, for all of you who have your journal, I have my journal. Yesterday was the Queen of Pentacles. Keep up with the card every day so that you will be aligned and you'll start seeing things, synchronicities in your life. You'll start seeing how fast you manifest. You start seeing money will come to you. Conduits are opening. Okay? Please give us our galactic signature for the day. I know one of our priestesses or goddesses or gods, we do gods, goddesses, sisters, brothers, and others around here. We love everybody. Everybody. Someone on Clubhouse got our galactic signature for the day. You got it, Lake Princess?
Yes, it's a red galactic serpent.
Oh, good. Could you read it for us? Thank you.
Yes. I harmonize in order to survive. Modeling instinct. I seal the store of life force with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of universal water.
Ooh, could you say that again a second time and then a third time?
I harmonize in order to survive. Modeling instinct. I seal the store of life force with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of universal water. I harmonize in order to survive. Modeling instinct. I seal the store of life force with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of universal water.
Bam! And if you want to know what that is, amazing galactic signature for the day. You want to get the 1320 Sync app. I'll show it to you. This is what it looks like. 1320 Sync. And then what you want to do is you want to go to ValerieLove.com, click on books, and if you have not yet decoded yourself, now if you're in the mystery school, you get this as a gift. If you're a member on the YouTube channel, which the link is below, you get this as a gift as well. Otherwise, you can buy it. It's only $11.11, $11.11. To decode yourself, it is my first video book. Oh, that app is only for iPhone. Oh, for Android. Then you know what, Soul Whisperer? Go to lawoftime.org and the galactic signature for the day is there too. I just use the app for convenience. It is also on the website every day. That's it for today, family. What an incredible day with you. Know today you are loved. Tomorrow morning we'll be on lesson 4. Tonight we'll do our practices that I don't understand anything I see. And tomorrow we will continue our delicious curriculum together, 365 days. I freaking love you. Everyone on stage in Clubhouse, unmute, share some love with everyone in Clubhouse, everyone on Facebook, everyone on YouTube, everyone share some love. Love y'all.